I don't know about you, but I am terrible at remembering people's birthdays. So today I'm making a DIY birthday notice board. That way I can't go wrong.
The supplies you'll need from your local builders is sandpaper, a sticker, a wood saw, electric drill, a piece of wood, hooks, a measuring tape, a dowel rod, mitre box, a standing knife and 4 cans of spray paint.
I've actually had it cut for me by builders. They've cut it to size, 440 by 125, and it's a standard piece of superwood. What we're going to do first is we're actually going to put it on the router table and just round off the edges. What I'm using is a corner round bit, and you'll see there's a little ball bearing at the top here. That's going to follow the guide all the way around my piece of timber and it'll allow it to get a nice smooth finish.
If you don't have a router table, the alternative is to use sandpaper to soften the edges of the wood and smooth it off.
Just so you can get an idea of what we're actually doing, we're actually going to put a sticker on there, and that's going to have a label across there saying birthdays, and then I'm going to have a point for every single month. So I'm going to have little hooks all the way along the bottom. I've got my sticker, I've already spaced it out evenly, so what I'm going to do is just use the sticker so I can mark exactly where I want the middle of each hook for every month. And then I can just put a little line in the center of every number. Now what I'm going to do is actually just drill a little pilot hole, very small drill bit, a 1.5mm drill bit, because I'm going to make use of some very small eye hooks and cup hooks to actually hook my little birthday tag on later on down the line. What we're going to do now is we're actually going to make a mirror hook at the top section here, so we're just going to put that in there, and we're going to mark in our mirror hook. 2 little holes there, 2 screw holes. So what I've done is I've just marked out the little key slot as well, because that's the material I've actually got to move out to allow that screw to actually slide in and out of there. Okay, so what I'm going to use is just use a little bit, and we're just going to make a bit of a clearance hole there. Right, that's all the detail work done. I've got my mirror hook on the back, I've got my holes drilled in the front. Now, basically, I'll make it look pretty and start actually painting it. So what I'm going to use is I'm just going to go with a standard black. Remember, I'm always going to go with a primer first. The primer does all the work and makes the paint stick to the surface. So I have an old board. Instead of putting out mountains of newspaper all over the place, I just use an old board. Now remember, when spraying, you start from the outer edge all the way finish across the edge. That's the base coat on. I'm going to put that aside to dry. The next step is to show you how we're making these little tags, these little biscuits. Very straightforward, a piece of dowel or an old broom handle, and what I'm doing is I'm just cutting off around about 6 to 7 mils. From there you're going to sand them down to get them nice and smooth. We put a primer on first, followed by a top coat. The next step on these is I want to start filling in my hooks. So I drill my pilot holes. Then I'm just going to take my hooks and then just screw it in. There you go, 1 down, and I've done a whole span already. The only person that we need to put down here is maybe my wife. Better put hers down there. Okay, so take a black Koki, and then we're just going to write her name on there. My tags are done, so I'm going to bring my board back in. Here's one I've done a bit earlier, and what I've done is I actually put all the January to December on already because it's quite tricky and we don't have enough time. So we're just going to finish off with the final word, birthdays. All we need to do now is just add the hooks at the bottom. Fantastic, I'm very happy with that. All I need to do is add my tags and then away we go. Now remember, everything you need is available at your local builder's outlet.